Every successful person you admire has one thing in common. They failed. Over and over and over again. Thomas Edison failed 10,000 times before creating the light bulb. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. J.K. Rowling was rejected by 12 publishers. Walt Disney was fired for lack of imagination. But here's the secret. They didn't stop. They understood something powerful. Failure is not the end. Giving up is the end. Today's story will show you why failure is not your enemy. It's your greatest teacher. Stay with us until the end. This will change how you see failure forever. In a small city, there lived a young man named Daniel. Daniel had big dreams. He wanted to start his own business. He wanted to be successful. He wanted to make his family proud. Daniel was smart. He was hardworking. He had passion. But Daniel had one big problem. He kept failing. His first business idea failed after 3 months. He lost all his savings. His second attempt failed even faster. Only 6 weeks. His third business never even started. Nobody wanted to invest. 3 failures. 3 painful lessons. 3 reasons to give up. His friends were succeeding. Good jobs, houses, families. Meanwhile, Daniel was living in a small apartment, broke, alone, and ashamed. One night, after his third failure, Daniel sat in his empty apartment staring at the wall. He felt like the biggest failure in the world. Maybe I'm not meant to succeed, he thought. Maybe I should just get a normal job like everyone else. That night, Daniel made a decision. He would give up. Tomorrow, he would apply for regular jobs. No more business dreams. Just a normal, safe, boring life. But before going to sleep, Daniel opened his laptop one last time. Something caught his eye. An article. The title said, "How the most successful people in history failed before they succeeded." Daniel almost closed the laptop, but something made him click. Curiosity, or maybe desperation, maybe hope. The first story he read was about Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison wanted to create the electric light bulb, but he failed 10,000 times. 10,000 attempts, 10,000 failures. Can you imagine that? 10,000 times, Edison tried something and it didn't work. When people asked Edison about his failures, he said something amazing. "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Daniel stopped reading. He read that sentence again. Daniel had only failed 3 times. Edison failed 10,000 times and still succeeded. Daniel felt something strange. Not shame, not sadness, hope. He kept reading. The next story was about Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is one of the greatest basketball players in history. 6 championships, a legend. But most people don't know this. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Cut, rejected, told he wasn't good enough. That could have been the end of his basketball dream. Most people would have quit right there. But Jordan didn't quit. He practiced harder. He trained every single day. He refused to accept failure as final. Years later, Jordan said, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. I've failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed." Daniel felt something growing inside him. A fire. Small at first, but getting stronger. He read the third story. J.K. Rowling wrote a book about a boy wizard named Harry Potter. Today, Harry Potter is one of the most successful book series in history. Movies, theme parks, billions of dollars. But before all that success, Rowling was broke. A single mother, depressed, struggling to survive. She wrote her first Harry Potter book in cafes because she couldn't afford to heat her apartment. When she finished, she sent it to publishers. The first publisher rejected it. The second publisher rejected it. The third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th publisher. All rejected. 12 rejections. 12 times hearing no. Most people would quit after 3 rejections. But 12? Finally, the 13th publisher said yes. One small publishing house took a chance, and that changed everything. Today, J.K. Rowling's books have sold over 500 million copies. But if she had stopped at rejection number 12, none of that would exist. Daniel felt tears in his eyes. Not sad tears, inspired tears. He kept reading. One more story. Walt Disney created Mickey Mouse. He built Disneyland. He changed entertainment forever. Today, Disney is one of the most famous companies in the world. But Walt Disney's journey started with failure. His first animation company went bankrupt. Complete failure. He lost everything. Then he got a job at a newspaper. They fired him. The reason? Lack of imagination and no good ideas. Can you imagine that? Walt Disney, fired for lack of imagination. After that, Disney tried to start another animation company. It failed too. Banks refused to give him loans. Your ideas are too risky. But Disney didn't quit. He believed in his vision. He kept trying. He made one more attempt. And that attempt changed the world. Daniel closed his laptop. He sat there in the dark, silent, thinking. All these successful people, Edison, Jordan, Rowling, Disney, they didn't succeed because they were lucky. They succeeded because they failed and kept going. Edison failed 10,000 times. Jordan was rejected by his team. Rowling was rejected 12 times. Disney went bankrupt and was fired. And Daniel? Daniel had only failed 3 times. Just 3. In that moment, Daniel understood something powerful. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of success. Every failure teaches you something. Every rejection makes you stronger. Daniel had 2 choices. Give up after 3 failures, or be like Edison, Jordan, Rowling, and Disney. Try one more time. That night, Daniel didn't apply for regular jobs. Instead, he opened a notebook. He wrote down everything he learned from his 3 failures. First failure, wrong product. Second failure, bad timing. Third failure, wrong partners. 3 failures, 3 lessons, 3 opportunities to improve. Daniel made a plan, a new business idea, but this time different, smarter, better. He learned from every mistake. The next morning, Daniel started again, attempt number 4. This time, he didn't expect easy success. He knew there would be challenges, but he also knew something important. Every failure brings him closer to success. 6 months later, Daniel's new business was struggling. It wasn't easy, but he didn't give up. He remembered Edison's 10,000 attempts. He remembered Jordan's rejection. He remembered Rowling's 12 no answers. 1 year later, Daniel's business made its first profit. Small at first, but growing. 2 years later, Daniel's business was successful. Not just surviving, thriving, growing, making a real impact. Daniel never forgot that night when he almost gave up. Those stories saved his dream. Now, when young people come to Daniel asking for business advice, he always tells them the same thing. You will fail. Maybe once, maybe 10 times, maybe 100 times. That's okay. Failure doesn't mean you're not good enough. Failure means you're trying. Every time you fail and get back up, you're becoming stronger. He always ends with this message. Success is not about never failing. Success is about failing and trying again. and again until you succeed. So don't fear failure. Embrace it, learn from it, and never, ever give up. The most successful people in history are not the ones who never failed. They are the ones who failed the most and kept going. Thomas Edison tried 10,000 times. Michael Jordan was rejected but became the greatest. J.K. Rowling heard no 12 times but created magic. Walt Disney went bankrupt and was fired but built an empire. What about you? How many times have you failed? 3, 5, 10? Good. That means you're trying. That means you're on the right path. Every failure is one step closer to success. So the next time you fail, don't ask yourself, should I give up? Ask yourself, what did I learn? What will I do differently next time? Because failure is not the end. Giving up is the end. If you found this story inspiring, please like this video and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Subscribe to English Story Hub for more powerful stories that will inspire you to achieve your dreams. Remember, fall 7 times, stand up 8. Never give up. Thank you for watching. See you in the next story.